Hello friends, good morning. Today's violin lesson will be on the first movement of the Bach Partita in E major, the Preludio. Again, I don't know how many parts it'll take to go through this because I want to go through it in detail. So I'm going to present you various options. I'm going to try to stay in very clean Bach style. I'll discuss a couple of variations that are possible that you can decide. So in the very opening, starts forte. Traditionally started down bow. Various fingerings possible, but let's talk about bowings first. So it's starting down with the staccatos. But what happens if we start up bow? I find that it's more effective to start up bow because of the next bar, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Then, if you preserve this phrasing, which I really like, then it's easy to do another up bow after that, and end up in the middle to lower half. Let me play the whole thing. See how that works very well when you start up bow. If you do down bow, then what? Then you're at the point, and it's very more difficult. Another solution if you start down bow is to play then down, down. So you end up bow in the beginning of the second bar anyhow. So as I said, I think the best solution is to start up bow. Now, as far as the fingering goes, you have really, as I see it, two choices. You either stay in fourth position from the whole first bar. For some reason, I learned this when I was recording. When I play, somehow reaching for the third finger G sharp leaves my first finger B natural out of tune, which is crazy. So I came up with a better fingering, more consistent for me. Shift right there. Keep the whole passage on the E string anyhow. That's a nice better effect, I think. So my solution is that. Start up bow. Make the shift to first position. Hook another one here. And then we're ready to go in the third bar with the variolage. Now notice we're also still playing forte here. And just as a point of basic technique, I've got the fifth down, I'm bridging, still not picking it up until I play the open A. And I play an open A at that point because so I want to hit down bow on the G sharp to keep that clean. All right, so now we come to bar 5, and we have a Subito piano. How are we going to do that? I believe, and musically I think it fits really well, I take just a slight pause. I don't try to play perfectly in tempo. At this point, Jascha Heifetz he plays it off the string. I think that's out of the style. I think it's fine to just play soft. And then again a little tiny break before to really get into that. So let me come into that, play one more time. And I put a nice accent, and I'm going to continue that technique. Every time I come to the forte, I'll put a little accent on the downbeat. Makes it I think very stylistic. All right, now in bar 8, our next traditional problem passage. I figure there's two good fingerings for this one. Stay in first. And at this point, make a clean shift to fourth position. It works. You know, that's another good fingering is to play. And you got that open E, and make your immediate shift there to fourth position. See there, I have to be careful not to hit the D string when I go over to the A. That's possibly just an issue for me on my violin. Depends a lot on how the bridges are set up, and you know whether you have that issue. But I think those are two good fingerings. Or, you know, it's kind of cheating a little bit. There's just an instantaneous break that you make a little tiny stop in the bow, or lift the pressure off. Don't actually take the bow off the string, but lift the pressure. See, it's amazing how the hand is quicker than the ear in this case. Okay, so we're through now. Measure 8, we're going on. And of course, that's going to be across strings. All right, now here we are in our next favorite passage. I think coming down, hit third position, so we keep it all on one string. Very, very even sound. It could be played going over for the fourth finger A if you stayed in the fourth position through there. And that would make that very nice to make the next bar, the piano bar, in fourth position. But I just can't make my A string. I can't quite get into it enough. So that's why my solution is to go to third position on the C sharp. See, also when I go to the A string, I don't quite have it as even as I'd like. See, that's perfectly even. Yeah, and there I touched the E string. I wasn't so good there. Try again. So, not so good for me. Maybe for you it works. Those are the two possible good options, I think. I know you could also even try to go to fifth position. Then you'd have the B and the A. See, it's a possibility. I mean, it depends on your violin. So see, that sounded okay that time, but I'm looking for something consistent. I can always do that. So, my solution then is to go to third position and then go into the piano bar, third position. So I play with a 4, coming back. So it's a pretty good consistent fingering. I'm always looking for consistency. So the previous bar. So you see how that works pretty well. So you know, I'm giving you several possible solutions, and hopefully one of them will work for you. I think just stay in third position, extend for the A. I'm of course holding the B down, the second finger, so it never moves. And so, all right, now we come to measure 13, and of course you could play, but we want a solid forte. So I figure, hey, let's just stay on the E string for the first 2 notes. It's very easy to get then back. So we're in second position there for that. Well, really for that one note, you just move your finger back, and then you're back to third position. So I'm playing, and again, it's nice. You know, I've got this already starting this tradition of longer, slightly longer first notes on the forte. All right, so now in bar 13, we're in third position. Now we shift on bar 14 right to fourth position. Piano, shift back to third, shift back to fourth in bar 16. The numbers are small. And we're now ready for the very famous passage. So how I approach this is staying in fourth position. Traditionally, it's been taught, at least it was taught to me, go to fifth position. And that's all fine until I get to this point. At this point at bar 20, it's very hard for me to get that third finger. So I came up with the fingering in bar 17, started fourth, extend to the E. Bring back, bring the fourth back, bring it back again. And as a matter of fact, I'm even playing a harmonic D at bar 19. See, and that way I don't have the pressure of the finger down, pushing down the string all the way. I don't have to get it off and risk that extra noise that sometimes happens on my D string. It could still happen on the harmonic, but it's not as likely. And I'm not putting any pressure hardly, just touching the string. And then all I have to do is move my third finger up. So I'll play that for you one more time. Set myself up. And of course, maybe we should talk about the bowing for a second. Just get that pattern. For myself personally, I always need to be conscious of the E string. The passage happens, of course, a fifth lower later in the piece, and it's not such a problem because I guess the levels are different. But here, see how that you just get into that and it just works, and I'm always conscious. Make sure I get to the E string. Make sure I get to the E string each one. So as we go down through this passage is not that difficult, especially once we've gotten past that difficult measure 19 and into, if we're in good shape in bar 20, it's a matter of replacing a fingering there. Then we come to measure 22. It's a little bit challenging here. There's going to have to be just an instantaneous break where we move that finger down from A. See, just an instant to allow the finger to move. And, and let's see, the first finger B is being replaced by second. That doesn't seem to be much of a difficulty. Yeah, it's just a whole step across strings, not a big deal. And so we're going through 22, 23, 23, and 24 is easy. Now here we have another one where you have to replace the F sharp with second finger with the third finger. Yeah. There it is. It's just, there's a little feeling of lift. I gotta make sure I don't hit the E string while I'm doing it. Same thing here. And I make my final shift right into bar 29. So let's try the whole passage. All right, so I seem to have some little issue with the F sharp. It helps if I keep the bow a little more contact in the string. Let's try it again. From bar, this be bar 17. you can see is when I have a chance, I really concentrate. I can get these. These things aren't easy to just pick out and isolate. Now another little detail with this piece is there should be a gradual diminuendo over this whole passage. I've heard players actually make a crescendo starting from it's your forte here because we're coming out of a piano passage now. It's forte. Actually making a crescendo in through 19 into 20, and so we have a big forte there. Now gradually the diminuendo would start in bar 19. Oh, excuse me, in bar 22. And then we're ready to get into the next section. Okay, friends, well, I think what I'll do is I'll stop the video at this point and make another section. That's quite a detailed analysis of this first page. And by the way, I am playing off the Henley edition of this. So I hope this is helpful to you, just to give you ideas, possible solutions for what the issues for you might be. And we'll see you on the next video, which I'll try to make as soon as I can. All right, have a great day.